Well, Sunday is National Grief Awareness Day. For Nicolia Stevens, grief became a part of her life after losing her sister and her husband. Now she's using her experience to help families preserve the voices and stories of the people that they love. Nicolia joins us now this morning. Good morning. Thanks for being with us. And thank you for sharing your story. I know it's tough to do, but you say that it has shaped you in a way. Talk a little bit about how this grief has shaped you.
Absolutely. So in 2016 and 2017, I went through 13 deaths.
Wow.
Back to back to back. And they were all people who were fairly close to me. So it was my niece. 3 months later, it was my sister and her unborn child. They were murdered. The following year, it was my grandmother. Then my husband was murdered. Then 2 weeks after that, my father. And so I had to grieve through compounded grief,
Right.
where you just don't get a break.
Yeah.
And you start to become numb. You start to have anxiety. And so in learning how to cope and what was needed, that is how, I decided to move forward. Instead of leaving them behind, I decided to carry them forward.
And part of that you talk about is your sister's saved voice messages. What did hearing her voice mean to you after she was gone?
It just reminded me of her voice, being able to hear how happy she was before she passed. So the last conversation that I have of hers is 2 days prior to her murder. And so I was able to just listen to how enthusiastic she was. And so it just made me remember her as happy.
In a happy state, in a good place. Was that the moment the idea for the Remembrance Collection began?
Absolutely.
Hearing that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, talk a little bit about what your hope is. What are you hoping that people are getting from your story?
So contemporary psychology teaches us that we should be carrying our family members, the memories forward. And so in doing so, instead of just having photos and videos and our old videos, you want to be able to hear their voice in the present. You want them to speak to you in the present. It's different.
Yeah.
Totally different. When you're watching an old video, you're like, oh gosh, they're not here anymore.
Right.
But imagine somebody speaking directly to you and saying, hey, I know you're having a rough day today, and I just wanted you to hear my voice and tell you how proud I am of you and how much I love you.
So if people are able to do that with you, they're able to create these messages for the future.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, that is so thoughtful, I guess, for the person too, to do that for their loved one, but for that unimaginable time that you lose them. Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us. I feel like you've gone through so much, but you're turning your pain into some purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I actually recently did one for one of my sorors, and it was so good. Like, it came out so well that she forgot she was still alive.
Oh my gosh.
She forgot.
Oh my gosh. That's touching. And I like that you're doing that. Thank you for sharing with us. To learn more about the Remembrance Collection or to find resources for coping with grief, you can visit our website, wwltv.com, and you can learn more about Nicolia Stevens and the work that she's doing. Thank you so much for being here with us.